station.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the GN Sports Show here on ABS Radio. I'd like to say a special welcome to our listening guests and also our friends joining us on Facebook. Ricky, another packed show. Welcome.
Yes.
Ricky Santos, my co-host, and we are back again for another week. And I see we have a packed list of guests, so it's going to be an interesting evening.
Yes, and last week we missed you, Zico. You were away on national duty with the under-17s.
We took the under-17s to Barbados. We had a couple of matches there. We got to see a little bit of the work that we need to do. So that was fun. As usual, I mean, I always miss when I'm out of the country and not doing our show.
Yeah, so you left me in the hot seat last week, huh?
Actually, I left it in quite capable hands, so I don't understand how you're complaining in the hot seat.
No, it's a hot seat, but of course our producer Shannon Jarvis looked after us very, very well.
As always.
Exactly.
As always.
So we just like to thank her.
Before we even start, I need to say good night to my little cousin and Siva fam, because if I don't do that, I'm not gonna have any peace for the rest of the week. So Malik, I know you're watching. Good evening. Good stuff. Stay tuned.
Yeah, and as usual, we start off our show with two of our young Generation X superstars.
We got a double dose of Jaedens tonight.
Yeah, we have Jayden with an I and Jayden with a Y.
Jaiden Meyer and Jaiden Hector. Welcome, boys. Good night.
Yeah, good night.
So Jayden, well, I got to say Jayden M and Jayden H. Or Jayden with a Y and Jayden with an I. Jayden Meyer.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And tell us about why you started playing football.
To get better than Jaeden with the Y.
Oh, so both of you started roughly around the same time?
Yeah.
In Young World.
You went to the same school, oh.
Yeah.
So you're lifelong buddies then.
Yes.
And Jayden Hector.
Same thing.
Same thing. You started playing football so you can outdo Jayden Meyer.
To be the better Jaeden.
To be a better Jayden.
With that Y.
Well, I'll tell you something. It's a pleasure when I'm going to pick up these boys because they're both very talkative at St. Anthony's to take them over to training.
I imagine.
And yeah, particularly Jayden Meyer. I mean, he keeps us well amused in the vehicle. It's non-stop. I can assure you, it's non-stop talking.
I'll take your word for Ricky, and the only thing I can say, I'm sorry
For this
it's
whole
you.
drive.
I'm sorry it's you, but I'm certainly glad
No,
it's not
actually,
me.
I enjoy it. It's very entertaining. It's extremely entertaining. Jayden Meyer, that is. What school do you attend?
St. Anthony's Secondary School.
And what class are you in?
I'm in E106.
No, form. What form?
Oh, first form.
You're in first form.
Yeah.
And do you have a favorite subject?
Does PE physical count as a subject?
Yes.
does?
Yes.
Oh, PE physical.
Coach Zico is a PE teacher. And so that's your favorite
It does
subject.
count as a
Yeah.
subject.
Jayden Hector, what school do you attend?
I attend the St. Anthony Secondary School.
And I'm guessing you're in Form
Form 1.
Form 1 also. Are you all both in the same Form 1 class?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I wonder how the teacher manages.
All the Jaedens are in the first.
There's
on E106.
four.
There's 4 of them.
There are 4 Jaydens.
Yeah.
So when he says Jayden and he's trying to correct you, all you all think is one
Yeah,
another.
we all look up. Like, huh?
I'm just trying to imagine what the teacher has to deal with. Both
No,
of them
so like
every day.
he's Hector, I'm Meyer. There's Jaeden, which is like the innocent shepherd one, and then there's Meccano.
Yeah.
4 Jaedens.
Yep.
And what's your favorite subject, Jayden? Hector,
Let me think. Not French. No. Probably history.
that is. That's
History.
I don't think we've had
the
a
first. I
history.
was just about to
Not
say that's the first.
because of the subject itself, not the teacher.
Well, thanks,
Okay.
thanks for clearing that up.
You know Miss Black's watching this, right?
Thanks for clearing that up.
Okay.
But I think history. I don't think we've ever had somebody.
No,
somebody
the
with
closest
history.
we've come to that is geography one
Yeah.
week. This is the first of the history. So,
That's interesting.
yeah.
Hi, Miss
So
Fabian.
right now you guys are playing our youth league.
Yeah.
Is the division that they're playing in. I think the under 13 was complete, right?
Yes, it's completed last week. But they were the champions even before that. They were runaway champions. I don't think you guys lost the game, did you?
Nope.
As a matter of fact, I think you won all the games.
Yeah.
What are some of the teams that you enjoy playing against in our
Cutting
competition?
Yeah, cutting edge,
Cutting
because
edge.
they have the hardest competition.
Yeah. And Raekwon, he used to go to Generation X, now he's at Cutting Edge. We always tease him. Cause
Yeah.
You
We won.
beat him.
yeah, 5-0.
That's not nice. That is not nice. That is so not nice. All right. Other than football, what do you guys enjoy doing?
Table tennis.
Table tennis.
Yeah, we both got into table tennis around
Right.
the same time, which it was like in September we started.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe-
playing snack lunch.
Maybe
after school.
maybe I need to pay a visit to St. Anthony's and beat both of you up a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll go easy on you.
Okay, I'll play with my left hand.
Those,
Oh, you think?
those are fighting
I told you.
words.
Yeah, I told you.
He those are fighting words.
When he comes for lipping, you can't match this one. he's extremely good at it. Yeah, so what's your favorite club, Jaeden, Meyer?
Don't say Liverpool. Don't say Tottenham.
Worst
Bye.
of all, don't say Arsenal. But anyway, go ahead.
By far, Juventus.
I wonder why.
Diabolo. Not what is a Ronaldo, right, Jen?
I'm asking.
What's a Ronaldo?
I'm asking. So you were a Juve fan before Ronaldo got there?
Yep.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
can shake your hand.
Okay.
Excellent job, young man.
Yes.
How about you, Jaden?
Paris
What's your favorite?
Saint-Germain. Not for Neymar, for Mbappe, right?
So I take it Mbappe is your favorite player.
Not the, it's a little bit not
Then-
not
then-
the usual, not
yeah.
the usual suspects.
Yes, exactly.
I'm kind of liking these two guys.
Yeah, then none from the EPL.
Not bad. I mean, hey,
Well, at least they didn't pick Arsenal. So
Okay.
that's a plus for them.
Ricky,
know?
you-
That's a plus. And don't come with me,
How about-
Ricky.
hold on. How
We're
about-
still ahead. We're still
yeah,
ahead.
but
Tottenham is still higher,
How
right?
about a friendly wager that we finish ahead of Tottenham?
What do you want to lose?
How about a friendly
What do you want to lose? Just
We'll
just a handshake?
Nah. I can get a handshake from you anytime.
Okay, fine. Well,
No, we'll have a-
just tell me what you want to lose, and the bet is on.
We'll work it out. This is me losing.
Yes, no, there's no way.
I bet. Listen. Anyways, we'll,
You'll finish in your usual fourth position.
but if I get to fourth, you're probably going to be out of the top.
No,
four.
we'll be in third.
I will see.
Okay.
But we'll have our little friendly wager.
Oh,
Don't worry.
Very friendly.
Yeah, friendly wager.
Yeah.
Boys, shout out time. Anybody you want to say hi to? Shout out.
My older sister, Marine, because she comes here once a year and I don't see her that much, so I won't show her.
anybody else?
My mother as well,
And what's your mother's name?
Katio.
Okay. Jaden, Meyer,
Hi.
who you want to shout out?
Well,
I know you have a very special person.
Noemi, Hector, Glenn, no. Hi, Mom.
What's your mom's name?
Simone Chantel Corbin.
Oh yes, and didn't you tell me in the car, Jaden Meyer? Didn't you tell me in the car you had a special somebody to send a shout out to?
No, I did not, sir. It wasn't
I'm
me.
just curious. 'Cause I remember you telling me who you want to shout out in the car. But anyway, I wouldn't put any pressure on you.
Yes,
But
sir.
I will tease you the next time you're in the car with me.
Hey boys,
I'm not coming practice Tuesday.
We'll see. But guys, we just like to thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
And we're definitely looking forward to seeing bigger and better things from both of you as you guys continue training and steadily improving. So thanks a lot for joining
Okay,
us
thank you.
on the show and giving us an idea of what you guys enjoy other than football.
So we'll take a little break here now.
Yeah, I think we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to be joined by Mrs. Barbara Coates from Wings, who's a staple in youth development in terms of sports in Antigua, and she's brought along a few of her young footballers from the Wings Sports Club. We're going to have a quick chat with them, and I think, but before that, when we come back from the break, I think we're going to do a recap of last week from the Generation X,
Yes.
from the Youth League.
Yeah, so we'll do that first, and then we just go straight.
So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll do the recap from the action from last weekend, and then we will have Miss Barbara Coates and her players on. Stay tuned. We'll be back with a lot more from the GN Sports Show here on ABS.
The library you wished you could take with you. Is now in your hands. As Antigua and Barbuda looks towards the future, we present to you the e-book with updated apps, software, and added textbooks. Avoid unnecessary spending on laptops and PCs. The future is now. The e-book, so much more than a book.
Time to wake up. Time to prepare for the day. Time to learn. Time to make a difference. Time to look after yourself. Time to see your healthcare provider. Don't let cervical cancer stop you from unleashing your potential. Now is the time to get vaccinated. Now is the time to get screened. Now is the time to end cervical cancer. For more information, visit us at www.paho.org/endcervicalcancer.
Many people struggle to maintain a lasting relationship, sometimes opening up to someone, believing they are different, only to be disappointed. They say there's always some madness in love, but there's also some reason in madness. Matters of the heart. Let's find the solution together.
In case of an earthquake and the place starts shaking, drop, cover, and hold on. Drop, cover, and hold on. In case of an earthquake,
there's a few tips that can keep you from harm. In case of an earthquake, you gotta stay calm. Move away from doors, windows, and things that can fall. Try not to use steps or elevators at all.
drop, protect your head on your face. Don't go running all over the place.
Cover,
under a bed or a table, against a wall that's firm and stable.
hold on.
You must hold on, don't panic, stay calm.
Don't move until the shaking stops.
Here it is.
Drop, cover, and hold on.
Drop, cover, and hold on. In case of an earthquake.
Drop, cover, and hold on.
Learn how to protect yourself during an earthquake. Log on to weready.org. That's weready.org for more information.
Every weekday, 9 to 10 a.m., join me for Life with Natalie on ABS Radio 90.5 FM. Life, let's claim it.
Hey there, I'm a dengue Mozzie. We look for containers of water where we can lay our eggs. Close to your house, we love to suck your blood and bite your legs. We don't live in swamps or rivers, we live in your house day and night. We'll give you dengue fever when we give you a great big bite. We hate it when you spray, it's insect repellent we fear. Throw out that water, we're out of here.
Daddy, why can't we use the regular containers and instead of the recycling bags, why can't we use plastic bags?
Remember this word, right? Environment. You understand? I'm going to show you why we can't use the foam or the plastic bags anymore. Because environment, the key word, the environment. Let me show you. You see this? This is the reason why we have to get rid of plastic and styrofoam. This will hurt the environment. We are a tourist destination. Everybody's supposed to use Cook's Dump. That's what they're supposed to be using. We have to embrace the change. We have to accept. I know people arguing about plastic and everything, but to protect our 365 beaches, our island, our beautiful tourist-loving Antigua Barbuda, we have to embrace the change. Please clean up. Pick up where you use up. Let's clean up. Keep Antigua and Barbuda clean. You understand what I'm saying to you, baby?
Dad, I have an idea. I'm going to do my part in protecting the environment by using recyclables and cleaning up for my sister and I.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for staying with us on the GN Sports Show here on ABS. And joining me in the studio is Miss Barbara Coates from the Wings Sports Club. Again, the sports club needs no introduction. Wings has been a staple for youth development for many different sporting disciplines. Welcome, Ms. Coates, and I see you've brought quite a bit of a contingent with you this evening. I'll allow the boys to introduce themselves in a couple of minutes. But to start things off, whenever we hear Wings Sports Clubs, we think about two things. We think about the Easter Classic, first of all. And this year is going to be no exception. So I'll give you some time to basically make your pitch. I don't think you really need to make a pitch. It's the Wings Easter Classic. But just give us an idea of what the format is this year and the age groups and all that good stuff.
Thanks for having me. Good night to everybody. For Wings, let me just say that for Wings, we started in 1989, and we had 4 disciplines: track and field, basketball, football, and volleyball. The 2 that are still very prominent are football and basketball. And we're here to talk about our event. This is the 8th edition of the Wings Youth Football Festival. And when we started out, it was a Valentine's event. It was about love. And we have transitioned to not just love, but the love of football. And we have found a space in the calendar that has allowed us to be in our 8th edition. We started out at St. Joseph's Academy. And now we'll be hosting our event up at the Antigua and Barbuda Technical Turf. This year, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be splitting it over 2 days, Saturday the 30th and Sunday the 31st of March. And I've brought along some of my very good Wings players who are very good with us. They have been with us for some time, and I'll let each one introduce himself.
I'll let you guys introduce yourself.
Starting right here with you.
Okay, my name is Zouetr. I've been playing football for 5 years. I started playing football because I wanted to play a sport, and I love to watch people play football and how they score their goals and all of that. And yeah, that's it.
Excellent. Stuff, George.
My name is Joshua Lake, and I've been here for 5 years, and I joined because I saw people playing football and I wanted to get better.
Excellent stuff. How about you?
My name is Tajyei Browne. I'm 13 years old. I attend St. Anthony Secondary School in second form. And my favorite player internationally is Lionel Messi, and locally is Karan Jamak, and he's also our coach, one of our coaches. And I actually don't know how I started playing football. I'm assuming my mom just carried me to football.
Well, he is accurate, his mom did ask around, and he's one of the persons that has been with us for the longest since I've been there. Tajyei started when he was 5, and his brother Jaiden, who was like 3 years below him, actually used to come along, and he officially started. Let's say he signed on the dotted line when he was 5. There's a little story about Joshua. I remember when Joshua started, he was actually 4. And Mr. Price, Thaddeus Price, who was there with us, I distinctly remember when we had to sit down and wait because Joshua's mom was a little bit late in getting him, and she was like, she said to us, she was looking around saying, where's my child, where's my child? And she's like, oh my God, I left him at football. So we are very good. We're so good that we have Joshua, and Joshua is 10 years old, and he plays with the under 13.
That's excellent. And I've seen the steady improvement of a lot of these players because Wings have been a regular feature in the Gomez Netherlands Insurance Youth Football League. And so I would have had a chance to see a lot of these players from the inception. And I must say there's that constant improvement. And so it speaks volumes for the work that you guys are doing at Wings. I know a couple of the coaches, Erdl Codrington, Usam Sivifram and Karanja Mak. And so we just like to encourage you guys to keep doing, because I think usually most people get the idea that somehow if additional academies and additional programs come on stream, that somehow that cuts into what they're doing. And I look at it the total opposite. The more programs there are, the more opportunities that young players are going to be engaged, because the reality of the situation is that no single academy or program can accommodate all the youngsters that are playing. And so for me, the more that come on board, the more that is structured, and the more activities that these clubs participate in, it just trickles down to be development for the youngsters.
Well, I mean, funny that you're saying that. Well, first of all, let me just really put it out there that Ijaba and Karanja are a dynamic duo, and together we have seen some tremendous wins. Every time we take part, we don't necessarily win in every category, simply because we have players like Joshua who have to play up.
Who are playing up.
Right. So what we find is that the combination of Ijaba and Karanja has seen us at every event that we come, either first, second, or third in any age group. Our strongest age group is the under 11s, but that is what happens. But for Wings, I've always said in every forum that for Wings, we're like the breathing ground. We're like the swamp. Everybody comes through and they come to Wings, and then somebody would say, listen, come on, join my academy. And we're famous for that, and we're glad that we have that opportunity for everybody to come and be a part of Wings.
So, quickly, you with the boys, George, who's your favorite player?
My favorite international player is Lionel Messi.
Let me guess, your favorite club is Barcelona.
Yes.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
And my local favorite player is Karanja Mak, because he always contributes to the team, and he's basically our coach. He's basically our favorite coach. No offense.
So I take it that you guys are going to be at the game on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Excellent stuff. How about you,
Joshua?
Who's your favorite player?
Lionel
Messi. Not a bad choice. And let me guess, your favorite local player is Karanja Mak as well.
Yes.
Well, Jayden, Tajyei already told us who his favorite players are. But you guys have been playing in the Gomez Netherlands Insurance Football League for quite a bit of time. Who are some of the favorite teams? Who are some of the teams that you enjoy playing against the most? Yeah, we can go George.
The favorite team I like to play against is Generation Next, because they play excellent and we like to have some competition.
Yeah, that's good. How about you, Joshua? Who do you like to play against?
Generation X. Okay. Because they have good players and they're very challenging.
Excellent stuff. How about you, Tajyei?
Also Generation X, because they like to say Wings is trash, and I always surprise them. Sometimes they cry.
Well, if you're gonna talk big, you gotta back it up. So if you guys win, you gotta enjoy yourself as well.
Yes.
But that's good. And as I said from the onset, I've seen that steady improvement, not only with Wings, but with other clubs, and it speaks volumes to the fact that if I personally believe if we engage the youngsters on a regular basis, that the improvement will come. And I just want to thank you and your group at Wings for doing some tremendous work with these youngsters. But while we're talking about the Generation Next, the Gomez Netherlands Insurance Youth Football League, I think we can do a quick recap of the competition so far, and we can start with before we get into the results, just for the viewing audience, the U7s, the U9s, the U11s, and the U13s are complete. So once we go through the scores, we'll give you the standings in terms of how the teams finished for the four younger divisions. So the U7s, Earthquakes had a 3-0 win against Wings FC, and Liberta Blackhawks played to a 1-1 draw with Generation Next FC. On the 9 division, Five Islands had the better of Generation X Rebels A, 5 goals to 0. Liberta Blackhawks with a 3-0 win over Cutting Edge, and Wings and Earthquakes played to a 1-1 draw. In the U11s, Generation X FC Rebels A had a 1-0 victory over Liberta Blackhawks. Earthquakes went on to Generation X FC 1, 3 goals to 1, and Wings FC had the better of Wilkes FC 2 goals to 1. In the under 13s, Wilkes FC enjoying a 3-1 win over Wings. Micho FC going on the 1 goal to 0 to Cutting Edge FC in the under 13s. In the under 15s, Micho blanking Cutting Edge 3 goals to 0. New Evolution FC with a 1-0 win against Wilkes FC in the under 15 division. The females, Cutting Edge FC A with a massive victory over their counterparts, Cutting Edge FC 1, 12 goals to 2. Trendsetters also won their game by a 2 goal to 0 margin against 5Ps FC. So the under 7 division finished with Generation X FC Rebels topping the tables with 13 points. So they won the under 7s, followed by Liberta Blackhawks and Earthquakes FC in 3rd place in the under 7 division. The under 9s, Liberta Blackhawks, winning that competition, winning that division with 18 points. Generation X FC Rebels 1 in 2nd place on 16, and Five Islands FC in 3rd place on 12 points. The under 11 division, also won by Generation X FC Rebels 1 with 19 points from their 7 matches. Earthquakes were the runners-up on 16 points. And Liberta Blackhawks rounding off the top 3 on 10 points in the under 11s. And the under 13s, Generation X FC Rebels topping the chart, 6 wins out of 6 for a maximum 18 points. Cutting Edge FC in 2nd place on 13, and Wilkes FC in 3rd place on 10 points. The under 15 division, which is yet to be complete, but as it is, the standings, New Evolution FC with a perfect record so far, 15 points from their 5 games in 1st place. Generation X FC in 2nd on 9, and Wilkes FC also on 9 in 3rd place with an inferior goal difference to Generation X. And the female division, Cutting Edge FC, 12 points. Trendsetters FC in 2nd place, also on 12 points. And Generation X FC rounding off the top 3 in the female division on 7 points from their 5 matches. So we want to say congratulations to all the winners. So we had the under 7s complete, the under 11s complete, the under 9s also, and the under 13s. So we want to say congratulations to the winners and also the 2nd place players and also the 3rd place teams. Be sure to keep joining us. We're going to complete the under 15s. The under 17s also start this weekend, so we're looking forward to all that action. Everything is still at the Technical Training Center at Painters, so if you have a few hours that you could drop in and have a look at some wonderful football action from the youngsters. We're still here with Miss Barbara Coates from Wings FC, and we're joined by another group, and I see a young lady among us, and I am telling you, people, if you don't want to do anything else on a Saturday except watch one game, try to find out when Wings are playing and have a look at this young lady. I am telling you now, I am letting you guys know that she's absolutely phenomenal. I am looking forward to massive things from this young lady. I've seen her manhandle boys older than her, and I'm not exaggerating, and I'm pretty sure that Miss Coates would have seen this every day in practice. And Miss Meyer Lake needs no introduction. As a matter of fact, Meyer, welcome to the GN Sports Show. So we have Meyer, and we have Jaeden, Browne, and also Micho. Micho. Thanks for the correction. Welcome, lady and gentlemen, to the GN Sports Show.
Thank you.
Meyer needs no introduction. After that introduction, Meyer is going to be a household name, so pay attention. Meyer, I have watched.
Can I just say?
Sure.
Just one thing I'd like to say though. For last week when we had our games, Saya played in the 11, and Saya is 6, 7, and he scored the lone goal. One of the things that happens with wings, it doesn't matter. When you come, we try to make sure that you get a chance to play at every point. You got to get a time where you get that butterfly out of your stomach.
And the sooner, the younger they get it out,
exactly.
the
We had Malik Lawrence, and Malik scored his first goal, having been with Wings for a year at a competition. We have to give the young people an opportunity. I mean, everybody's not going to be a professional footballer, but you have to let them enjoy the game. The thing about Mia Lake is that she's Joshua's twin. And the mom had Joshua come into football to keep Joshua away from Mia. But she somehow snuck into this thing, and this is Mia's story. So Mia, talk to the world about what you do.
Well, basically, Josh always said, how he's better and will always be better. So I tried out starting football and seeing how he plays, and he always says how he's the captain and those things, but sometimes I just leave him alone, let him say what he says, but I know I'm a good player and have better sportsmanship.
Excellent stuff, Mia. Jaeden?
Well, I started...
Tell us how did you start playing football, Jaeden? I'm guessing that your older brother had something to do with that.
Yeah. Well, my brother started, then it looked fun and interesting, so I asked my mom if I could start, and then I joined.
How about you, Micho?
So I started watching football with my dad, and we were watching the World Cup, and then he said, do you want to start playing football? I said, sure. And then they sent me to Wings. Well, I first started off at Swalings, but then they sent me to Wings.
And what do you think about your coaches?
I think they're very nice, and they teach us very well, and hopefully we become a very, very good team.
Excellent. So, Mia, who's your favorite team? Favorite team, other than Wings, of course.
Well, my favorite team is, I'd have to go with Gen X, although they keep calling us names, but we're still pushing, and someday we'll be able to defeat them.
That's good. How about you?
Maybe
your favorite team?
Maybe Gen X also.
It doesn't have to be Generation X. Just general, international. You guys watch football as well, right? So, what are some of the other teams that you like watching on TV?
Well,
professional teams.
Like Barcelona.
Like Barcelona.
Madrid. Yeah.
So do you like both those? Who's your favorite player?
Ronaldo.
Why?
Because he's intelligent and he's good at shooting.
Those are good reasons, especially the first one. He has all the physical attributes to dominate the game, but he's also extremely smart. How about you, Micho? Favorite team?
I like Barcelona because they have Messi.
Messi.
Messi is one of my favorite players, and I like him because he's really good at taking free kicks, and he has the skill to pass through the other team's defense and other players and shoot.
Excellent stuff. But I mean, as Miss Coates said, you guys are in excellent hands with both your coaches, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to be at the game on Saturday. You guys are going to watch your coach play the national team. Maybe.
Yeah.
You got to tell your parents. Don't worry. You got to tell your parents, and they're going to take you along. I imagine that your coach is going to have things organized, because there's absolutely no way that Coach Karanja is going to be playing and you guys are not going to be in the stands. You guys got to go make a lot of noise, support your coach.
Yeah.
Quick, anybody you guys want to give a shout out to?
No, not really.
Let me just recap on our Wings Youth Football Festival that's coming up. This year, what we're doing is introducing something different in addition to the games. We have 3 skills competition that we want to introduce, because sometimes you have games and everybody doesn't get to do the thing that they want. But we have individual skills competition We have the target kicks, where we're going to have some tires on the ground as well as
in the
across.
goal?
Yeah, and person's going to have the opportunity to kick through those. We're also going to be having, naturally, a goalkeeper's competition, and then we have some juggling competition. So that is going to be with all of the different age groups.
So quickly, just give us the date and the venue again.
March 30th starts at 9 o'clock on Saturday, March 30th, 9 o'clock, and on Sunday. And that's going to be for the age groups 7s, 9s, and 11s. And on the Sunday, we have the under 13s and the under 15s and the girls.
Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. So we're going to get everybody back in, and we're going to give you guys an opportunity for a quick shout out, because I missed that part in your segment, so I don't want to leave you guys out. So quick shout out. You want to go first?
Jaiden?
Well, shout out to my coaches at Wings, Antigua and Antigua, to my PE teacher at school, my coach at school, and my mom and my grandfather.
Excellent. How about no shout outs, Micho? How about you, Tajyei?
To all my family members and to my friends at school and the people I play football with.
Joshua?
To my mom and my brother and my sister.
Excellent stuff. And George?
To my teacher, Mrs. Edwards, my coaches, Karanja Mark, Ijaba, and Coach Barbara. To all my friends that are watching, to mostly my parents for bringing me here, for all the support they have given me, and my siblings.
Excellent stuff. So again, once again, Barbara, we'd just like to congratulate you guys on the tremendous work that you're doing in Wings, and to keep encouraging you to put things in place for the youngsters to develop, because ultimately we're developing across the board. I mean, it may be at different academies and different clubs, but the bottom line is we're developing the Antiguan product in terms of our players. And again, remember remember your Wings Football Festival.
The 30th.
30th and the 31st at the Technical Training Center. You're going to have your usual games in terms of your age groups, but the added attraction of the skills competition. So please make it a date, mark it on your calendar, and be sure to show your support to the Wings Sports Club, who've been doing tremendous things for the last 20 odd years, and we want to congratulate them. So we're going to take a real quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be joined in the studio. Well, actually, I think we have, from our parents' perspective, we're going to make that phone call with Ms. Siobhan Galloway, and then we'll have Dr. Rick join us for our usual health and wellness segment. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly on the GN Sports Show.
Every weekday, 9 to 10 a.m., join me for Life with Natalie on ABS Radio 90.5 FM. Life, let's claim it.
Daddy, why can't we use the regular containers, and instead of the recycling bags, why can't we use plastic bags?
Remember this word, right? Environment. You understand? I'm going to show you why we can't use the foam or the plastic bags anymore. Good environment. The key word, the environment. Let me show you. You see this? This is the reason why we have to get rid of plastic and styrofoam. This will hurt the environment. We are a tourist destination. Everybody's supposed to use Cook's Dump. That's what they're supposed to be using. We have to embrace the change. We have to accept. I know people arguing about plastic and everything, but to protect our 365 beaches, our island, our beautiful tourist-loving Antigua and Barbuda, we have to embrace the change. Please clean up. Pick up where you use up. Let's clean up. Keep Antigua and Barbuda clean. You understand what I'm saying to you, baby?
Dad, I have an idea. I'm going to do my part in protecting the environment by using recyclables and cleaning up for my sister and I.
Here it is! In case of an earthquake and the place starts shaking, shaking.
Drop, cover, and hold on.
Drop, cover, and hold on. In case of an earthquake.
There's a few tips that can keep you from harm. In case of an earthquake, you gotta stay calm. Move away from doors, windows, and things that can fall. Try not to use steps or elevators at all.
Drop, protect your head on your face. Don't go running all over the place.
Cover,
under a bed or a table. Against the wall that's firm and stable.
Hold on.
You must hold on, don't panic, stay calm.
Don't move until the shaking stops. Drop, cover, and hold on.
Drop, cover, and hold on. In case of an earthquake.
Drop, cover, and hold on.
Learn how to protect yourself during an earthquake. Log on to weready.org. That's weready.org for more information.
Many people struggle to maintain a lasting relationship, sometimes opening up to someone, believing they are different, only to be disappointed. They say there's always some madness in love, but there's also some reason in madness. Matters of the heart. Let's find the solution together.
Time to wake up. Time to prepare for the day. Time to learn. Time to make a difference. Time to look after yourself. Time to see your healthcare provider. Don't let cervical cancer stop you from unleashing your potential. Now is the time to get vaccinated. Now is the time to get screened. Now is the time to end cervical cancer. For more information, visit us at www.paho.org/endcervicalcancer.
Said I'm feeling so sick, yeah. But this letter can't miss, no. It's days now, I can't get out of my bed. Complaining, this ailment treating me wicked. Stressed out, cause I know I miss a thing. I feel like I'm in a prison.
Anyone who knows me know I practically live in the water. Diving has always been a part of me. Joining the EAG is just like a natural progression. I love what I do, and I think that I can give back to the world, to the water, all the beauty that it has shown to me. I'm able to help within the EAG. That's what I do, that's what I like. This is why I joined the EAG.
Find your reasons. Join the Environmental Awareness Group today.
The executive of GNFC Rebels, I wish to thank our corporate sponsors who have invaluably contributed to ensuring the holistic development of our nation's youth in sports and education. Our platinum sponsor, North Coast Hardware, with 2 locations, the Village Walk on Fries Hill Road and on the Blue Waters Main Road. For all your hardware needs, North Coast Hardware is the place to go. Our gold sponsor, Frank Wall Limited, the Candyman, the sole distributor for the M&M brands and lots of confectionery. Our silver sponsor, Kenneth A. Gomez & Sons, famous for fairness, located in the Royal Palm Court on Fries Hill Road. For all your insurance needs, make sure you check Kenneth A. Gomez & Sons. Our silver sponsor, Island Photo, with 2 locations, the Royal Palm Court and Fries Hill Road and Lower Redcliffe Street. For all your photography needs, passports and pictures, frames, head over to Island Photo. Our bronze sponsor, Beach Limers, For fine dining on the ocean at Fort James, Beach Limers is the place to be. Our cargo sponsor, Antigua Cargo, above Bike Plus on Independence Avenue. For all your shipping requirements, large or small, John Andrew and his wonderful staff will take care of you. Our football sponsor, XL Engineering on Fries Hill Road, distributors for FG Wilson Generators. For all your generating needs and maintenance, call XL Engineering. Our brokerage sponsor, Francis Trading Agency on High Street. For anything to do with brokerage, check out Francis Trading Agency.
For us, everything and everyone in life matters, no matter how small or
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GN Sports Show. We'd just like to thank you for staying with us. We have a little bit of time, Ricky. So I was gone last week, and usually when I'm gone, there's always some new development. Every time my phone rings and I see Ricky's number pop up, there's always something happening, and the conversation usually starts, "Hi Zico, I have some good news." So what's new? What's new at Generation Next? What has happened since I've been away for a week?
Well, before we even get into what's new, but it's really exciting this year that even though the league has been shortened to one round, the Gomez Netherlands Insurance Youth Football League, and even though that's one round, it's actually longer for us.
The days are longer.
Not only the days are longer, but the time is longer because we started at the end of January, running into the first week of June. This is due to the fact that the under 15s and under 17 who normally play at other fields every year approach me, and I'm sure they did the same thing to you, tell them that we don't care about the older ones. We give the nice field, the AstroTurf. Right. So this year we decided everybody's going to play there. And thanks again to the ABFA for affording us the opportunity to use that facility. So it is the under 13 division go downwards to the under 7s. And those divisions are already decided, finished with, and done. And now the under 15s are continuing, and the under 17s are starting. So
we've completed the women?
Yeah, the women are completed too.
So that final standing was actually
the
final standings.
Yeah, and
so the women's division is also complete. So congratulations to the women's champions.
Cutting edge.
Cutting edge.
And second,
while we're congratulating champions,
and I'm I don't mean to cut you here, but I want to congratulate our Generation X female team. This is the first year
first competition, as a matter of fact.
The first year we started that program, and it's the first competition they entered, and to place third. Mm-hmm. I think it's really, really wonderful. So we'd like to give all the commendation to Coach Ken. Of course, Coach Papa started with them.
Started the program.
But Coach Ken also did a lot of work in getting these young female players to where they are. And I think it's really, really, I'm really proud of them, actually.
Well, I was about to say, while we're congratulating champions from our youth football league, the Premier Division was complete last week. And I want to congratulate our friends at Liberta FC, Liberta Blackhawks, for winning the Premier Division. I think this is if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the second or the third championship. So I want to say congratulations to Coach Rowan Benjamin Porridge, as well as the captain Lennox Julian, who's a good friend of mine, and we played together quite a bit for our national team. So congratulations to the whole community out there, Liberta, and we're looking forward to seeing a lot of good things from you guys. Interestingly, coinciding with Liberta winning the Premier Division Championship, we've also seen a lot of improvement in their younger teams that participate in our youth league. And so it speaks volumes to the structure and the effort that the coaches are putting in, because it's not easy. And I see Porridge at the venue every week, and Lorraine, both coaches at the senior level, and they make it their business to be with the children every single weekend. And I know from personal experiences that is not an easy accomplishment.
No,
to be coaching all week and then still coaching on the weekend and then still coaching the Premier Division on the weekend So again, that it speaks volumes to the commitment that both these individuals have to the betterment of the sport in their community, and we are seeing the result from the very top, and we're also seeing the massive improvement of the youngsters on a week-to-week basis in the league.
And it was one of the most exciting Premier Leagues in a
It
very long time.
It came down to the very last week, where you actually had 4 teams that still had a chance to win the competition going into the last game. Liberta held their nerve, and what's interesting, and for me, I look at the stats. At the end of the competition, I look at the stats. I think Liberta gave up, if my memory serves me correct, 14 goals.
They gave
for
up
the entire season. Yeah. By far the least. That works out to be less than a goal per game.
Right.
And that gives you an idea of how structured and how prepared they were defensively. And it also gives individuals an idea of possibly a formula that goes into place to win in competition. So again, I want to say congratulations to both coaches, congratulations to the players as well. The community would have been behind you 100% as always, and we want to say congratulations and well done to them. But switching gears a little bit, I know we made an announcement a few weeks ago about the Advanced Academy, or the advanced section of the Academy at Generation X. Give us an idea of what's happening, what's in place, what's definite, and what we're working on in the minute.
Okay, well, as things have progressed, I mean, we have secured a benefactor, of course. The name of the academy will be the Calvinier GN Advanced Academy. It's open to all. So it's not just a Generation X program where only Generation X players will be afforded the opportunity to be in the Advanced Academy, where we more intense coaching. And because of the benefactor, it is free, so there's no cost. And there's 2 points that I would like to stress and continue to stress as much as possible, that anyone that's invited into the academy by the coaches, and we have identified 5 coaches so far, are expected to go back and play for the club which they are from.
Yes.
They're not expected, unless the academy is playing or traveling, they're expected to go back and play with their club. So I want to stress that. And I also want to stress the point that not because you're in the Advanced Academy gives you an automatic selection to the national squad. The national squad...
That's completely different.
That's completely
different.
Entirely up to the ABFA to make their selections whereby that is concerned. So
the processes are completely different.
Yeah. So those two things I wanted really stress. We'll be inviting between 15 to 18 young talented players, as I said earlier, identified by the coaches in the academy. On the 15s, on the 17s, and females. And that is a certain. We are still working on getting the under 13s division in.
Keeping my fingers and my toes crossed.
And I feel very confident, Zico, I feel very confident that will happen.
If you tell me you're confident, then it most likely will happen, because I've seen you manage to pull off many things that, you know, from the outset look partially impossible, but somehow you managed to get it done. So if you tell me we're going to have the 13s, we're going to have the 13s.
Well, I'm very confident, very confident. And I think we should release the names of the coaches.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you do that.
And I mean, these gentlemen are no strangers to football in Antigua. We have Janil Simon. He's going to be responsible for our goalkeepers. So we're going to have two goalkeepers in each of the age groups, and Janil is going to be responsible for taking them through their paces, and with the intent of developing them. We're also going to have the services of Lenny Hewlett. He's going to be with the females. That's kind of his pet project, and he's looking forward to that. We have Shakimba Williams. Yeah, he's going to be with the under 13s.
Under 15s.
Under 15s. Sorry, not the under 13s yet. On the 15s, and myself, I'll be with the under-17s. So pretty good group. So we're looking forward to hitting the ground running in September. We're also looking forward to having our friends from Mansfield Town in as well, because they're going to help a little bit with the framework and what we're doing going forward.
Well, I should state here, we'll be having the head of the academy, the manager of the Mansfield Academy, along with their head coach. The manager's name is John Dempster. The head coach is Scott Rickards, and both will be down here. The tickets are booked already, and they already have that information. So tickets are booked and paid for, so they're definitely coming. They're arriving here. They're arriving here on the 16th of June, and they'll be leaving, I think it's the 26th of June. During that period, of course, to assist us with recouping some of the costs of bringing them here and accommodating them and so forth, we will be hosting a coaching clinic with them. While they're here, I've already stipulated to them, if they spot anyone that they like, we'd like them to afford them the opportunity to go up there and get into the academy. And while I'm up there, I'm going to be working on universities and possibly scholarships. I'll be up there over the Easter, so I'll be working on that. So they'll be down here, and we will be conducting. It'll be 2 sessions, one for the younger age groups, of course, and one for the older age groups.
So the younger ones would go in the morning, I assume.
Yes, most likely.
And
or we might do,
ones.
because of the time they're here, because they can only be here in that particular period of time, because they have to get back for pre-season. So it was a small time frame for them, and I didn't want when we were bringing them down here, the lower coaches. I wanted the head of the academy and the head coach, so that what we're starting here with the advanced academy, I think, is of utmost importance to get the top tier of that section of Mansfield here, so that they can assist us. They've already gathered a lot of the literature in terms of how they see structure, and of course, you and Lenny and Shakimba and Jalil will have to work out the logistics and tweak it to suit our culture here in Antigua, and they're fully aware of that. So that's how it's coming along. I want to say we have ordered all the gear. It's one thing I forgot to put in when I was doing it, and I only just got is the goalkeepers' uniforms. So they have already been ordered. We'll be having the training gear, the playing gear, or the match gear, the goalkeepers' kits, of course, track suits for the players when we're traveling and so forth, coaches' gear, of course, and the branded footballs and the Calvinia Foundation. We'd like to express our sincere gratitude to the Calvinia Foundation for coming on board, and I want to stress this. It took them less than a day to agree to come on board after I sent out the request, and I was extremely overjoyed, to say the least, because I started this. I was determined it was going to happen. Didn't know where we were going to get the funding for, because as I said, it's free to all. That's a part of it, and as I said earlier, I feel confident that the under-13s will be on board for the opening in September.
And that's excellent, and it's important for us to establish these contacts, because in many instances, a lot of our promising football players really don't get the opportunities to maximize their talent. They really don't get the opportunities to showcase what they can do. I firmly believe that there's talent everywhere. Talent is equally distributed, and Antigua is no exception. We have really, really talented players. What we don't have are the same opportunities that more developed countries have, or even other countries in the Caribbean. One of the things that I learned in my recent trip with the under-17s is that Barbados has managed to foster a relationship with the Argentine FA. So that affords their coaches the opportunity to go to Argentina on a regular basis for training. It also facilitates coaches from Argentina going to Barbados for regular training. It facilitates teams going to Barbados for training. And Barbados has right now, Barbados has one of the best U17 teams in CONCACAF, not just the Caribbean. Barbados is ranked 14 at the under-17 level in CONCACAF. They're actually already in that second phase of the under-17 qualifiers for the World Cup, and they're in the same group with the USA. And so it's important for us, even at the club level, to foster relationships and to foster, develop contacts and links with clubs that could facilitate the development of our players, because ultimately that is the most important thing for me.
Well,
what can we put in place so that young players get an opportunity to maximize their talent? Because at the end of the day, we can't give them anything else other than the opportunity.
Yes.
The sad thing is, a lot of the times they are not receiving the opportunity as things are structured right now.
Well, networking is extremely important, to be honest. We're fortunate at Generation X that we have a very strong networking, because we do communicate and deal with a number of very recognizable clubs. I want to say one more thing about Mansfield. Mansfield under 21 academy team is making a trip to Valencia, where they'll be playing a couple of matches. I think it's over 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. I think they'll be there for 5 days.
Yeah. So once we heard about that, I contacted them. I said, look, if you're going over there, you already have two youngsters that through the Generation X football club, that we've gotten into your academy. The academy under 21 is doing really well. I said, and this is only going to be a friendly, so it's like a coaching camp, not coaching camp, but it's like a camp they're going away on. I said I would like you to accommodate 4 of our, well, they said 2 for us, and I squeezed them to 4. So if they can accommodate a couple of the youngsters that we have down here, because of the 2 we have in the academy, one is from Antigua, the other one is an English kid. So they agreed to it. So we have, hopefully everything will be sorted out for the trip, which will be in May. I can't remember the exact dates. I just got it this afternoon, actually. We have a Dante Lake, who will be attending that. We have Kai Ireland. We have Johan Derrick and Jonathan Thorogood. Those 4 youngsters will be going off.
And again, ultimately, we are not making any guarantees.
No.
But what we're providing is a framework where these young players are going to have a chance to express themselves, a chance to showcase themselves, a chance to show what they can do as football players. And hopefully, I mean, we wish them all the best, and hopefully something does work out, whether it be another academy or whether it be something completely different in another part of the world. But at least we're giving them the opportunity, and it's totally up to them now to put the groundwork in between now and then. And when they get there, just go out and show what they're capable of doing.
Well, as I tell all the youngsters, I say we can open the doors for you, but we can't walk through them.
And they got to want it.
You have to walk through. You have to want it. After that, it's after you've opened the doors, the rest is entirely up to them.
And I would be comfortable saying, you know what, this is what we can do. This is what we've done. These are the opportunities that we've made available. And so it's totally up to the players now to maximize that and to take advantage of these things. Because the reality is, and I'm not belaboring the point, the reality is very often these opportunities are few and far between. And we need to develop a culture in our athletes, not just football players, that the mindset that, listen, this may be the only chance that I get. And so I have to, 1, always be ready, and 2, go after it and give 100%. If it works out, excellent. If it doesn't work out, at least you don't have any regrets. You know what, I could have done something else. I could have done something different. So for the four youngsters who are getting the chance, my advice to you is to try to grab this with both hands, give 100%, show yourself, maximize the opportunity, and hopefully things will work out.
And talking about the opportunities, I just forgot to mention in the setup of the academy that we do have a section in it whereby we'll be tutoring them for their SATs, which will help prepare them for the university scholarships. That
make them more recruitable.
Exactly. And talking about the university scholarships, because we are still in contact with, of course, the coaches who were here that we secured the 15 scholarships for these youngsters to attend the university up in Iowa. They will be back, and we are adding 2 more coaches to it.
Excellent. So we're going to have 4.
So we'll have 4 coaches from 4 different universities, or maybe 3 universities and 1 from the PDL. We're still working out the logistics whereby that is concerned. All of the kids have made their applications. All of them have also gone to, and I want to commend Morris Merchant and the Prime Minister's Fund, who are fully on board with, because all of them got 50% scholarships for the tuition fees and accommodation, and the Prime Minister's Scholarship Fund is picking up the balance of the 50%. So I'd like to thank them for doing this for these youngsters, because I think it's a wonderful opportunity for them. 7 girls and excuse me, and 8 boys. I still can't release the names yet, which is just because we're just waiting on them to take the SATs.
Listen.
We're just waiting on them to take the SATs, and once that is completed.
Yeah, just because we really want to get the names out, let people understand that these children have done tremendously well.
Yeah, big them up.
Yeah, you know, so
and
hopefully that is done quickly.
And talking about hosting these 4 university coaches, come I think it is going to be in November again when their purse is full.
Yeah. So we get to them when they have most of the money.
When they have the money.
And we had that conversation. Listen, you're going to do your recruiting here. This is where you're going to start your recruiting. But you know, hopefully.
But this year I believe it's going to be not only bigger because of the number of coaches, but they've asked me to accommodate the Caribbean. And so we will be sending out invitations to the other islands to come up here too. So Antigua will be, hopefully soon from now, Antigua will be the hub for university recruitment.
You know what, Ricky? We've been talking for quite a bit.
Yeah, and Dr. Rick is in the house.
Yeah, Dr. Rick is here. So we're going to take a quick commercial break while our good folks get Dr. Rick mic'd up, and he's going to join us. So stay tuned. We'll be back on the GN Sports Show.
Many people struggle to maintain a lasting relationship, sometimes opening up to someone, believing they are different, only to be disappointed. They say there's always some madness in love, but there's also some reason in madness. Matters of the heart. Let's find the solution together.
Said I'm feeling so sick, yeah. But this sweat I can't miss, no. Oh. It's days now, I can't get out of my bed. Complaining, this ailment treating me wicked. Stressed out, cause I don't want to miss a thing. I feel like I'm in a prison.
Every weekday, 9 to 10 a.m., join me for Life with Natalie on ABS Radio 90.5 FM. Life, let's claim it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GN Sports Show. And as always, as usual, Dr. Rick brings the curtains down on our show. Dr. Rick, welcome. Welcome to another edition of the GN Sports Show.
Bringing the curtains down. Wow, that is something I hope I don't close the whole station down.
No, not at all.
Just bringing the curtains down on our program every week.
I see. Oh, I get it. So we missed you last time.
Was away on
national
a
duty.
little bit of national duties. We had the under-17s in Barbados, securing visas and also a couple of training matches. So I'm back
I see.
for a couple of weeks.
looking rested.
It was the few days off were good.
Let's see. You think Ricky remembers what we were talking about last week when you were gone?
I doubt that. I don't even think Ricky remembered what happened this
Okay,
morning.
let me give him a hint. I'll give him a hint. It had something to do with boxes.
Oh yeah, the pyro.
Plywood, good.
Yeah,
Plywood
and pyro, not
and
pyro.
plyometric exercises.
Plyometrics.
So we actually went in quite a bit of detail on plyometric exercises to increase not only strength but power. That's the main thing. But anybody could use the plyometric. And what was the key, Ricky, to plyometrics?
I don't know, bouncing up and down in the box. Bouncing up and down in the box.
That's right, the jump. The jump.
Box
you
jumps.
You can build a box and just jump up and down off the box. But any exercise that you do, you can add a jump to it. And once you add jumps to it, you're using more of those fast twitch muscles, and that's the key to getting more power.
Is that the reason why you like basketball that much? Because it's a very jumpy game?
It is a very jumpy game, although at my age I don't do much jumping. It's more skill related at my age. But yes, of course, if you do it right, when I was younger, the jumping was very exciting. And of course, it's really good training. And I was very, very thin because those fast twitch muscles really burn a lot of calories. And, as you develop those fast twitch muscles, you lose weight better than anything else. And that's why strength training is so good, because you can actually hone in on those fast twitch muscles, which if you just run, it's great. You can burn calories that way, but you're not doing much for those fast twitch muscles. And we have quite a bit of them around.
Oh, so that would explain why you see a lot of runners and you see them doing the exercise and the treadmill and everything,
Yes.
but their weight doesn't seem to be altered that significantly.
That's right. And if you look at their body build, they're more slender. Their muscles don't bulge as much as somebody who's doing strength training, because those slow twitch muscles are thinner. They're thinner. They're not actually, the muscle fibers themselves, the cells
Actually
themselves
thinner.
are actually thinner. And they're not as wide. So when you add more protein to the fast twitch muscles, you get that bulging that everybody likes and thinks is very sexy looking these days. You know, everybody's trying to look like a god or a goddess, right? From mythology, not the god that we pray to, from mythology.
Right.
But anyway, that's the story. So I thought, since we discussed that in detail when you were gone, unless you have any specific questions about it, really you think that was a pretty good summary, Ricky? Of what
that's a pretty good.
So, I think with summer coming and all the football and outside sports people are doing, I think we should talk about hydration, don't you?
That's,
Is that a good topic?
And I mean,
I just pulled that out of the air.
Yeah, but even what's happening now, it's extremely dry, it's extremely hot, and a lot of people have the misconception that if I'm not directly in the sunlight, then I can't be dehydrated, and that unfortunately is the furthest thing from the truth. And I think that hydration as a topic is probably an excellent way that we can continue the discussion.
Well, even outside of sports,
just generally,
many studies and surveys in the United States has shown that 50% of all children are hypohydrated, underhydrated, and probably at least a third of adults. So,
what would be the reason why that is so? That
reason
is such a
is
high percentage.
Yes, and and I don't know if it has anything to do with our lifestyle, really. but I don't think anybody really knows. I can give you my hypothesis. My hypothesis is that our brains are geared toward stimulating drinking behaviors when we're moving. So the fewer steps you take during the day, the less movement you make during the day.
And the less inclined you're going to be to actually want to
Yes.
drink.
And again, I don't have any direct proof of that. There's probably some kind of animal study I can
Well,
find.
could it also be the
that
diet?
would suggest that.
Could it be a diet that affects your dehydration? That maybe even if you're drinking or consuming a fair amount of liquid, and if your diet is absorbing that more quickly, is that a possibility too?
Everything is a possibility, but let me tell you what the research shows that goes against that. So our diets these days are very high in sugar. So when we study athletes that have been drinking sugar drinks to hydrate themselves, like Gatorade, we find that when they consume the Gatorade compared to water, they actually take in more fluid. They actually drink more. They get more fluid, more water from the Gatorade.
Than just drinking water.
Drinking water. So I would explain that by saying, well, they like the taste, and if you like the taste, you're going to drink more of it. I mean, duh. It's not rocket science. But again, that's what the research shows, but we really don't know why. But to me, it seems pretty clear that if you like what you're drinking, the taste of it, you're going to drink more. So isn't that interesting? So again, yes, diet may have something to do with it, but what in the diet exactly that has something to do with depressing the desire to drink? I don't know, but I do know that it has something to do with activity. That the research does show that people who move less drink less, and people who move more drink more. Even on the soccer field or football field, even on the basketball court, even in an individual, the more steps they take, the more miles that they're running, the more distance they're covering, even if it's on the soccer field or on the basketball court, they tend to drink more, just without thinking about it, ad lib. And so what's your experience here in Antigua? I mean, what do you see with the kids? So for example, I would recommend that for every half hour on the soccer field, I keep saying soccer, I gotta stop that.
Football.
On the football field, they should consume at least 16 ounces of water or sports drink, like Gatorade, for every half hour they're on there. So if they're on there for...
Most of them don't.
Most don't.
Most don't.
I can tell you that.
As a matter of fact, most of the times I have to tell the kids from our club, go and refresh, go and drink, and they say no, they're okay.
What I've found is just a lot of these kids don't drink enough water because, and when you actually ask them, they tell you why, because it doesn't taste good.
Yes.
And it may sound like a simplistic reason, but
water is tasteless.
Exactly. So nobody enjoys drinking something that doesn't have a taste.
I tell you something, I enjoy drinking water more than any sugar.
Oh yeah, Ricky, we know you're kind of strange, but it's okay. You're kind of strange.
Yeah. So for example, if you get thirsty from, let's say, eating something very salty, you actually desire water more than a sugar drink.
But
so that's where diet and what you're taking in does play.
But on the normal
play a role.
circumstances, in terms
where you're not.
In terms of athletic performance or just generally, a lot of people don't consume enough fluids for the simple reason there's no taste to water. With that being understood, what are some of the alternatives other than the sugary sports drinks, other than the Gatorade? What are some of the alternatives that you would recommend that would increase the hydration or decrease the possibility of being dehydrated?
Well, water is, of course, great, and the sports drinks, there's nothing wrong with the sports drinks. Of course, when we talk about adults, taking sports drinks, we get into another story because a lot of people exercise to lose weight, and now you're adding calories to it. And that
seems
that's
kind of counterproductive.
Counterproductive, but actually some of the research shows that it's not counterproductive. You know, that it doesn't make much difference. But, you know, again, if you get addicted to it and you start drinking it all the time, even when you're not exercising, then you are taking in more calories.
In too much.
Now
Way too many calories.
Yeah, now with the kids, believe it or not, there's a study that shows, in fact, more than one study that shows, that drinking milk and orange juice hydrates you at least as good, maybe better than just water.
Wow, where was this study when my mother was?
I can understand the milk, but the orange juice, that's
orange juice.
That's a little bit perplexing to me.
Well, it's very much like Gatorade, actually, if you think about it. So what are the things that the sports beverages have? They've got water.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They've got some carbohydrate. Mm-hmm. Okay? Some sugar for energy. Mm-hmm. And they have electrolytes, that is the salts, like sodium and potassium are the main salts that we lose in our sweat that get replenished. Well, milk has all of that, and orange juice has all of that. So why not?
Aye.
And
I didn't think about the orange, but
so you know all the water out my fridge going out. Orange juice going in. Orange juice it is from now on.
Now I don't buy much milk here, or I honestly don't pay attention to the prices too much. But it's very interesting. If we, what would it be if we compared the prices? You see, of let's say drinking Gatorade versus orange juice and milk. I bet Gatorade would be much more expensive.
It would be.
Gatorade would be astronomically expensive.
Yeah.
If that's going to be your only
that's the comparison.
And do we make local orange juice? Well, people can use oranges and squeeze oranges.
You can use local oranges and make your orange juice.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. That is extremely interesting.
Yeah. So we have this situation where drinking water is important for everybody. Now, how much do you drink, Ricky? In a day?
I drink about a half a gallon to 3/4 of a gallon a day.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't even come close to that, and I know I should, but my mind isn't on it.
I am not even close to that.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's amazing.
No.
I drink a lot of water.
No wonder you're so good looking. No. That's not really. Well, it was meant to be a joke, but there is actually some seriousness in there. Water is very important for hydrating the skin. You see, so you have a nice glow to your skin.
Yeah.
And
apart from the beard that I dye gray, and the hair that I dye gray.
Yeah, but
apart from that,
but for skin health, so ladies, for skin health, water is really, really good. Keep well hydrated. So basically, 2.5 liters per day is the minimum that women should be drinking, and 3.5 liters for men, for the average man, per day.
And I assume that there's a reason for the difference.
And so you're at a gallon.
Well, about 3/4 of a gallon.
Yeah, so you're right there. You're very close to 3.5 liters, right?
Yeah. And then I drink a lot of water. I do.
I don't.
So well,
Unfortunately, as intriguing as this discussion is becoming, we are unfortunately out of time.
No way, really?
However,
all right, we're just getting started.
Yes.
So let's do this.
Yes.
Let's continue this next week.
Next week, what I want us to look at are, one, the benefits of drinking water other than Ricky's glowing skin.
Right.
We're gonna look at
all the systems of the body. How about looking at all the systems of the body?
Benefits to the system, and also that last point that you made, that there should be a difference in the intake in water, the intake levels between men and women. I want to explore that a little bit. So stay tuned. Tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, especially the final segment. Dr. Rick is going to explore the wonderful benefits of drinking water to all the systems, and we're also going to look at the difference between the intake levels for males and females. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we've run out of time. I really don't want to get my producer in trouble, so we're going to have to wrap up quickly. But we want to say thank you to the lovely Ms. Shannon Jarvis for producing this show. We also want to thank our crew and our technicians for keeping us on point and having everything that we need. And most importantly, we want to thank our guest, Dr. Rick, especially.
From where?
From the American University of Antigua.
School of Medicine.
Thank you.
That's the official designation, and he's not going to let me forget it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for joining us on another edition of the GN Sports Show, and we look forward to seeing each and every one of you next week, same time, same place. Have a good evening, and God bless.
ABS, first in news, sports, and entertainment. The Nation Station.